On today, What's Trending, we're diving into some hot topics. First up, Diddy has been arrested and indicted on charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation for prostitution. We'll also talk about Tyla being labeled as an uppity African for asking Lil Nas X and Halle Bailey to hold her VMA award. Was that too much? Then we'll look into Starlink bringing broadband satellite into Liberia, with the company stating Liberia is at top priority. Some are asking, internet before electricity? For Slay or Nay, we'll be breaking down the fashion from Chichipoly Primary event and the VMA Awards. Who rocked it? Who missed the mark? Next, we'll jump into our gossip segment, We in Your Business, where we'll spill all the tea on what's going down with all your favorite celebs. Brittny Renner and Son Homeless. Is Jay-Z up next? Rudeboy of P Square confirms the end of the group for the second time, blasting bandmate and brother for unfairness. Liberian artist JZyno gets his prop from Nigerian actor Charles Okocha. And De La Roach and Naomi Campbell shade Rihanna. And finally, let's review the latest singles from your favorite celebrities and artists. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to It's Ernie Say Hi. I'm your host, Ernestine, here to give you the hottest in topics, fashion, news, and all the gossip you need to know. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. And if you're returning, you know the vibes. This is a space where we like to dive deep and keep it real in everything media, entertainment, and culture. So stick around, grab a seat, and let's juice it up. Whew, guys, welcome back to the show. This is episode 2 of It's Ernie Say Hi. I want to thank you all for coming and tuning back in. If you subscribe to me, thank you so much. If you haven't, what's stopping you? Click down on the link and subscribe. Anyways, today we have a lot to talk about, and we're just going to jump right into it. We're going to start talking about Diddy and all the charges he's been accumulating on him and the indictment recently that he's been in. So don't mind me, I will be periodically looking down on my notes. I will be reading the articles and the arrest and everything. So if I look down and read a lot, that's because I'm doing that. So please bear with me. I'm not there yet, so we're just gonna keep it real.
I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs.
All right, guys, so let's get into it. So, like most of you, I woke up and heard the news of Diddy being arrested, and honestly, I was in shock. If you've been in the internet for a while and listening to a lot of news articles that came out with witnesses pressing charges on him and just talking in the media about their experience with Diddy, you wouldn't be surprised. Like Cassie has brought out lawsuit on him recently. Don Richard, former member of Diddy, brought out sexual assault and allegation cases against him. And amongst many people, Jaguar Wright, a former artist, has talked for numerous years about just the nefarious thing that Diddy has done in the industry. And like we all know, the case involving Shine when they were at the nightclub with J-Lo and where he took the charges. Diddy paid off so many witnesses, and unfortunately Shine ended up spending majority of his life in jail, but now he's returned to his country.
I was defending him, and he turned around and called witnesses to testify against me, and he contributed. He pretty much sent me to prison. So that is the context by which you must always describe that relationship. Yes, I forgave, I moved on, but let us not pretend as if I was in Miami for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Well, I saw you went to a birthday with him once.
I saw a birthday cake. I went again to do a charity event for impoverished youth in London. So let us not lose sight of what the cold hard facts are. This was not someone who I vacationed with and who he and I enjoyed this great intimate relationship of brotherhood. This is someone who destroyed my life and who I forgave and who I moved on, and for the better interest of Belize, because he was in a position at that time to give scholarships and to maybe invest. I would not deny attempting to bring the investment to Belize and to bring the contributions to education to Belize, but don't distort it as if, you know, he and I were bombale. This is someone that destroyed my life, but do I take any joy or any satisfaction with what he is
that
going?
He's done over the years is actually crazy, and artists like Aubrey O'Day has been pressing him for years on the things that he did. Recently, he did try to pay back the publishing for a lot of his artists, try to give it back to them. But in order for them to get the publishing and the money off of it, they had to sign an NDA, not talking badly about Diddy, his mother, or his son, Justin. If you don't know, Justin Combs is his oldest son, and his name is placed on a lot of the music catalog, giving him credit for publishing and writing material that he did not do. This was done when he was a baby. This is kind of a way for them to accumulate wealth and to keep generational wealth within the family. So instead of paying the artist and the writers and the producer, his son Justin is getting a bulk of this money, and he's creating his own generational wealth. So it's really crazy. So I'm gonna look down, don't mind me, and read some of the charges that was brought up against him. This is courtesy of CNN, I apologize. And I'm just gonna read off the article. So if I'm looking down, you know why. All right. Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs was arrested at a hotel in New York City. He's been charged with racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation, and engaging in prostitution. Prostitution? Like, he's sex trafficking. That's years behind bars. I think that's almost like racketeering. You face upwards of life in prison, and I think his the sex trafficking and prostitution would get him 15 years each, 15 to 10 years each. But that's crazy. At a hearing in Manhattan, Combs pleaded not guilty. He was denied bail and will remain behind bars. The charges are tied to freak-offs that he's had. These are parties where he just throws, and a lot of people just come and engage in sexual activities. A lot of the times they are consenting, but I don't think these people are consenting to getting beaten up, like spat on, and endangered and sex trafficked. The charges are tied to the freak-offs, coerced sex acts, and Combs allegedly orchestrated, recorded, according to the federal indictment. A bail appeal hearing has been set for tomorrow afternoon. Combs has faced a wave of lawsuits as a result of last week accusing him of sexual assault. That was from Don Rashad, his former band artist from Diddy Kane. He's been also tied to witness tampering. For the past few years, he's been tied to a lot of wrongdoings. Prosecution accused him of witness tampering, saying in a hearing today that the rap mogul employees tried to ensure his ex-girlfriend and hotel employee wouldn't say anything about the beatings at the Los Angeles hotel 8 years ago. So recently, Cassie has filed her lawsuit, and the next day he actually settled. So some of the things that was in the article, you can look back in the link down below and like you can read up on it. But she basically said that Diddy for years abused her. He did a lot of things. He trafficked her. He made her force her to take drugs. She was addicted to drugs for a while. And yeah, there was an incident where she was at a hotel where he literally dog walked her. He beat that woman so bad in the hallway. He claimed that she stole items from him. And if you said that she stole items from you and you wanted to go to the hotel because that's what you claimed in the text messages, then why didn't you go upstairs and get your items and leave? But rather, you came out and attacked her. You didn't leave with any items, but you beat her. And now you're telling prosecution that you're a good person, you're abiding by the laws, and you're trying to get bail, and your bail is getting denied. Okay, let's keep reading. CNN later obtained the attack of the video and published it. Diddy apologized for the incident, which was part of the lawsuit Cassie filed last year, and called his behavior inexplicable. Okay, prosecution said they have recorded Combs telling a bandmate of another woman who had accused Combs of sexual assault in a lawsuit that she didn't have to worry about anything if she was willing to be on his side, basically paying her off. Bags of pink powder were found in Sean Combs' hotel room, and he flew to New York on the advice of his lawyer 2 weeks ago prior to await the arrest, prosecution said. The powder was not tested, but the prosecution said it appeared to be narcotics at the similar bags previously seized at Combs' property tested positive for drugs, including ecstasy. Ooh, that's a mouthful. But if you want to know more about the charges, I will link the articles from CNN below. I think it's really crazy what's going on. A lot of people are going to get exposed in the upcoming year. And I think this is just the start. It's the same as R. Kelly. And if you notice, a lot of big celebrities aren't really speaking on this because a lot of them attended his parties. Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, Stevie J, Jennifer Lopez has attended these parties. Who else? Just a lot of celebrities that a lot of us know. Mark Rubin, when he throws his all-white party. Meek Mills, who's been linked as, Diddy's boyfriend. And a lot of big names, even Jay-Z and Beyonce. So who knows what's really going on. It's actually really scary that we live in a world where celebrities and people we kind of look up to. This is why it's not good to idolize people, because they're doing things that you don't even know and that your spirit might not blend well with. And it's honestly good to have discernment. Like somebody, but don't worship them, because they're not perfect. We're all humans. And I think this is a learning lesson that if you have a nefarious mind and if you want to do these things, you really gotta, probably start with not doing them. I don't want to give you advice and say what you should do, because you shouldn't be doing any of this. But yeah, hopefully as more stories starts to update about this, I will report you on more. But
So we made a bail appeal to Judge Carter. It did not go our way. The fight continues. We're not giving up by a long shot. I told Mr. Combs I'm going to try and get his case to trial as quickly as possible. I'm going to try and minimize the amount of time he spends in very, very difficult and I believe inhumane housing conditions in the special housing unit of the Metropolitan Detention Facility. And I'm going to do everything that I can to move his case as quickly as possible. I understand that the government has a great amount of electronic devices that they have to download and provide to me, but everything's on the government's timetable, nothing's on the defendant's timetable, and they're going to have to accommodate me and him and give us a quick trial, and I'm going to be pushing for that.
Yikes. Our girl Tyla is in the hot seat. A lot of netizens and Americans abroad and African and diaspora has been fighting, having a little diaspora war because, our girl Tyla has been labeled uppity African by a lot of people. I'm not sure why, because Tyla is doing her thing. Most of us know her from her hit 2023 song, Water. Make me sweat, make me hotter, make me lose my breath, make me water. I know, voice of an angel. Everybody tells me this right now. Where's my record now? But yeah, she recently, the MTV Awards happened and she got presented an award by Halle Bailey and Lil Nas X. She won Pop Album Afrobeat Artist of the Year. And I'm glad she actually clarified that, because she's not an Afrobeats artist. She's an Amapiano artist. She represents South Africa, Amapiano pop. So I'm glad in her acceptance speech, she made sure to clarify that and give props to Tim's, Wizkid, Davido, Ara Stark, and all like those who are actual Afrobeat artists, while also, you know, representing her hometown and her country, Johannesburg, South Africa. So props to you, kudos to you, Bill. But I'm not sure why everybody's making such a fuss on her being labeled as an uppity African. She did nothing wrong in my eyes. Like, all she did was ask them to hold an award. I don't think she was being disrespectful, because if she would have placed it down, people would have had a whole hoopla to say about that, and whatever. So let's see. Tyla is dismissing the haters after seemingly asked Halle Bailey, sorry if I pronounce her name wrong, I always do this, Halle Bailey and Lil Nas X for helping holding her VMA trophy, her MTV trophy. The South African singer and songwriter has been making waves since her smash hit Water that debuted in 2023. During the 2024 MTV Video Music Award on Wednesday, September 11th, the single received the award for Best Afrobeat. Tyla later used social media to clarify the situation, stating that she never asked the movie stars to hold her award, because of course a lot of people said the audacity, like, why would you ask her? She then she then tweeted, "Y'all make everything weird." The Johannesburg native wrote in the platform X, formerly known as Twitter. The evening following the events, I was not asking my girl Halle, we just girl. STFU means shut the fuck up. I won a VMA. Girl, like she said, shut the fuck up. She won the VMA. Like, you guys stop hating. I honestly think it's something little. We don't need to dwell deep in it. Like, it is what it is. She acts. Maybe she needs more self-awareness. But she's a pop star right now. She's like South Africa's pop star. She's being she could be a little diva. That could have been her little diva moment. And honestly, let the girl live. We'll be okay. She'll be okay. There's no need to have a diaspora war. And I know, like, artists like content creator and blogger Armand Wiggins, he tweeted something out about the situation, and honestly, it is what it is. Like, he has every right to feel the way he's felt. He labeled her as uppity. He said that he doesn't get a good vibe off of her. She's giving self-entitled. She's not used to like the US, the United States market, and she's South African. I mean, that's not excusing her. We can all do research. If she's coming to have a area in the market in the US, then yeah, she needs to, you know, research a little bit more, get more PR when it comes to things like that. But like I said, everybody's making a big deal out of it. We'll be fine. I'll post a tweet that Armand stated and what caused majority of this hoopla. You guys.
Harmonizing. Okay, so Dema buku in your pocket, you bunny hole. I know you won't spend it on me, buy me anything. Call me Manco, nah. My eye not closed, it can shine. Your Jew, now you get. You got on big, don't got flat. Your nut back heavy, I want carry belly. Only for you, my sweet, sweet bougie boo. Baby, now.